Hi, everybody. Legendary Lass here. So, again, as part of my Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom build-up week, I'm going to start a new playthrough of the original Legend of Zelda. Here we go. So I'm going to start a completely fresh one here. So I didn't pick that first one because that sort of indicates its second quest. I'm not sure why that comes out of the box, but we're going to start with a completely new first quest right here. So I want to give a little bit of background on my history with Legend of Zelda. Recently, some people were talking about, what was your first Legend of Zelda game? My first was technically this one, because this is kind of the first one that I played and really learned about. But before I ever played any Legend of the Zelda game, you know what? That's not true. Now that I think about that, my mother actually rented me Zelda 2 Adventure of Link, the first game that we ever rented when I was probably 8 or 9 years old. We didn't get a original Nintendo early in the cycle. I think it was probably around 1988, 1989, which is 3 or 4 years in. So I had played Adventure of Link, but what I was going to say earlier is that part of the reason it was kind of my first Legend of Zelda is that before I played any of them, I had gotten a Nintendo Power subscription. I'm still not sure how I convinced my parents to do that, but I had gotten a Nintendo Power subscription. And if you recall, when Nintendo Power started up, it was too early for the original Legend of Zelda. Sorry, too late, rather, for the original Legend of Zelda and the original Super Mario Brothers. But the first few games they featured were kind of the second generation of a lot of different Nintendo games, because Adventure of Link and Super Mario Brothers 2 and even Simon's Quest were among the first ones that were in there, and I was obsessed with that magazine when I was a kid. The thing that really got me with Adventure of Link was I liked the artwork in the book, but in addition, it had a pull-out map, and that just was my obsession. I love maps. So I really love that. I remember we went to the Jersey Shore one year. Our family, I grew up in Philadelphia at the time, or near Philadelphia, Westchester, at the time, and our family went to the Jersey Shore with some other friends of the family, and I was just obsessed with that map and that issue of Nintendo Power, that whole trip, I remember. I have not played this game in a while. I know it pretty well, but I don't know it well enough to sit here and do an absolute, a number one professional speedrun or anything like that. So I'm going to kind of try to do this half blind in the sense that I know the things that I want to do, and I know where to go to get certain things, but I have not played this in a while, so I'm not going to look it up if I don't know. So we'll have to muddle through this. So right now I just was sort of covering as I was blabbering on there. So we're going to go find some key items that we can pick up before we get started with dungeons. The reason I let the attract mode play is the music is just so iconic, which I know is an overused term, but if there's any game it applies to, this is one of them. So just blast some Tektites here. I'm trying to get 250 rupees. I'm up to 14 so far. And we'll pick up a few other things that will make the game much, much easier as I go forward. And I hope I can remember where everything is. And I hope that doesn't happen again, like I just got trapped with that Tektite. So we've got levers coming out of the ground here. Bombs are a pickup that get dropped by enemies. You don't have to get a specific dungeon item for it. I want to know who takes that Water of Life, because they're an absolute chump if they do. I bet you that's a mistake people only make once and only once. Yeah, I need to stop sucking and doing better about not getting hit. And leveraging my shield, I did that again. I always hated blue Octoroks because they're so unpredictable. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to head for a ferry. I really am rusty with this game. This is not the right way. I need to go around the lake. You'll notice that if you're sharp-eared listeners, while that beeping is going on, they actually drop out one of the tracks on the music. I think it's the harmony. Well, by this point, I didn't really even need the ferry, but that's okay. Let's go for another heart container. I like Tektites because they hold still and wait for you to kill them. So I lied. We're actually going to need 340 total rupees to get the items that we need, but you can only have 254, I think. Or is it 256? I believe it's 256 since that's a power of 2. But we'll jump over here first. I never understood the difference between the blue and the yellow Tektites. Orange Tektites. I don't know why I said yellow. I guess these rest for a shorter time, but they all still just take one sword hit, and it can even be your beam, and that's it. So now that we have 5 hearts, I believe we can get the white sword. But before we do that, it's a little bit quicker to jump up here and get the old woman's letter. Nope, wrong side. This still remains one of my all-time greatest games. For me, this is among the top 3 Legend of Zelda games, the other ones being Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild. And I'm sure you can tell that there's something they all have in common, which is they're all basically free-roaming open-world games. Though there are some that are directed at times, especially Wind Waker. All right, you ready to die, old man?
You're gonna die.
From Paper Cut. See, the dumb jokes you make as a kid come back sometimes. I was gonna say I could use a heart. Let's play a money-making game, or let's not. Let's take the super secret passage. It's kind of a screw you. This is some cash. So 128, that's enough to get the magic shield. I think there's one more heart we can get too. Can't get the seaside one without the ladder. A lot of this, I'm sure, is going to be I will remember these things as I'm coming across them. Also, for reference, I am playing with a Switch NES controller because I am not a barbarian. Okay, Lost Hills. Actually, I don't need the Lost Hills. I need to go here and dodge a blue Lionel. Ah! See, it did half my health in one hit. But can I stab you with it first? That's not great. I was hoping he'd spawn on the left side. Oh. I believe this woman is just a pay me and I'll talk. Yes, which I don't need. Now we get out of the foothills here, dodging boulders. I mean, Miyamoto really did create the first, and maybe not the first open world game. Maybe Adventure technically counts as the first open world game, but this is probably the first big one. You know, Atari stuff is a little bit before my time, so... Ah, wait. I would like you. Took one more hit. Oh, you know what? Now I remember. We actually need a third item. We need to buy a candle first. That was a very odd screen. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. That's interesting. I don't know if you're seeing it. Maybe it's my TV settings, but I'm getting a very weird visual effect when I'm panning on the upper right part of the screen. That seemed okay. It seemed to only be happening for the trees. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it in case it's not happening for anyone else. And I'm right back where I started. I believe there's a candle at this merchant. I could be very wrong. No, there it is. Blue candle. So I'm going to need another 12 rupees, so I've got to do a little farming. This is more grinding than farming. And I'd love to get a Water of Life before I go into the dungeon. Not that level 1 is necessarily going to need that, but... Okay. That will help greatly. Ah! I need to get a lot tighter with this. I'm playing very sloppily. See, moblins are just a little bit too tough and unpredictable. I'd rather fight more Octoroks and Levers and Tektites. The thing I never got is they call those the basic one unit rupees. See, it becomes much tougher once you lose that. There we go. They call the basic 1 unit rupees yellow rupees, even though they kind of flicker between yellow and blue. And it makes you kind of wonder if they could make the blue rupees just solid blue, why didn't they make the yellow rupees that too? Ah. Okay, we're going to need one more item, and that's a lot of money, so we may or may not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe it's this one. Nope. We'll try 5th from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the one. Okay, I think that's all the free hearts we can get for right now. So let's... I think we can risk, I gotta grind some more coins, rupees anyway, so I think we can risk going into the dungeon minus anything, minus the blue ring and minus the water of life. And I think if we pick up another heart, we may be able to get the magic sword, but I think it might be 8 total, not 7. Might be higher than that, to be honest with you. I'd also like the boomerang. That will help me grind a little easier. This is sort of the only game where there's just straight up Stalfos that aren't like some huge, mid-level mini-boss like in Ocarina, or you don't get human Stalfos or Hylian Stalfos, I guess, in Breath of the Wild. You get Stal Bokoblins and Stal Moblins and Stal Lizalfos. Okay. Oh. Timer, of course, stops time. Let's see. I believe this dungeon design is an eagle, but I'm just sort of doing it from memory at the moment. Now, these are, I think, technically bots, not chews. And I wonder why they changed that name. Very level 1, it teaches you about pushing blocks. Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. Thank you for nothing. Push that again just to push it. Okay. Oop. Ah. I want my boomerang. Where's the Garaya room? Here we go. Oh, still nothing. Interesting. Oh, this is arrows. The boomerang is level 2, isn't it? Bow. Sorry, bow, not arrows. I have to buy the freaking arrows. don't think I can actually bomb any walls in this dungeon. So I just have to go up and challenge the old enemy. Am I wrong and I get boomerang here? Oh my god. Okay, then it's magic boomerang in level 2. This is what you get from not playing this game in a long time. I used to know it inside and out. I believe wall masters, there they are. These things used to be the scariest because they would come out of the walls when you weren't expecting it. I hated that. Yeah, I didn't think that would do anything. You're gonna die. Now let's pick up that piece of the Triforce of Wisdom. Remember, it's the Triforce piece or fragment, not the Triforce itself. Okay, that's one more heart. See, now I'm just feeling cocky. I believe one of those bushes can be burned, but I'm not going to bother. Levers in the desert. I mean, look at this. We've got desert biome. We've got a lake. It's all... When they took Breath of the Wild back to basics, they had a great place to start from. Okay. Fry, and fry, and fry. Any enemy that just kind of wanders around and doesn't come directly at you, I'm much more in favor of. I'm trying to think. I guess in this game there is no enemy that comes directly for you, really. Maybe Ganon? I'm not sure. I could have killed that pea hat while I was looking at something on another screen. Ah! I hate you. Okay, forget it. I got what I needed. We're just simply gonna purge the earth of their filth. So obviously part of the deal here is, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the game, that the beam does about half as basically 1 point of damage, while the white sword does 2, if you directly hit with it. Now, I could buy... The boomerang, by the way, also stuns enemies so they don't move. And it will pick up anything that gets dropped. I believe this guy sells arrows, but I don't want to buy them. I just want to confirm that. Yep. For those of you who care about such things, this is one of the very tail ends of the Era of Decline timeline in Zelda history across all the Zelda games. Zelda 2 is a direct sequel to this, which is something we don't get a lot of. Well, I shouldn't say that. We get sometimes in Legend of Zelda games. So much like Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, this is a direct sequel to... Adventure of Link is a direct sequel to this. Okay, 53. You need somewhere in the area of 68. Yeah, there were more levers spawning there. Bring yourself to my blade. Unsheath your edible blood. Okay, I'm done trying to randomly get lucky with where the Zora spawns to hit him. Ack. 65. All right. I'm going to start making my way to the potion shop. I could also pick up the bracelet, the power bracelet. But I think I tend to usually just run around and get that when I'm coming back from getting the magic sword. We'll go up one and over a couple. I'm very excited for Tears of the Kingdom, which I suppose shouldn't come as any surprise, as 90% of the people who play video games on the planet are excited about it. But it's definitely, yeah, I did that to myself. Here is our shop. It's definitely something where I've just been antsy all week. As I record this, it is the Tuesday before it comes out. Oh, you're not even going to talk to me? Well, I got the hot tea. Take a look at this. Feast your peepers on that Spin Doctor's mix. I think it is a good idea to hit Dungeon 2 right now.
It isn't.
I'm having fun with Soundboard. I think it actually is a good idea. So the Water of Life is red. There's also a blue variation. The red is basically 2 helpings. So as soon as you use the first one, it will deplete itself and turn into the blue one. And then once you use the blue one, it goes down to an empty bottle and you're completely out. Reminds me of Wind Waker, where they say, oh, this is Grandma's soup. She loves you so much, she even put 2 helpings in here. Because Grandma's the best character in all of Zelda. Other than one other, whose name I can't remember, but it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm sure I will think of it and blurt it out randomly later in one of these records. Salvatore? I think it's Salvatore. And if you know, you know. Okay, I believe this is level 2. I went the wrong way. I have to go over a little bit more. It should be north of this screen. Boy, what a waste. Ah! And if I keep playing so sloppy...
You're gonna die.
Okay. Here we go. Level 2. I believe the boss is Dodongo. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other bosses they bring back in Tears of the Kingdom. I know they brought back Gleeox, but I hope they bring back, like... Why not, Dig Dogger? Why did they never... Did they ever bring Dig Dogger back? My knowledge of the Game Boy and DS games is spotty. And I only played through Twilight Princess once, and I actually never finished Skyward Sword, which I do plan to fix at some point here. Actually, I think I can nail these guys with my... Yeah. They're small enough that the boomerang actually destroys them. And if I recall, this is the crescent moon, which means I should be able to bomb through this wall. At least we don't have to deal with invisible pass-through walls in first quest. That's the second quest thing. If I recall, the bottom left tip of the crescent is actually a teleport spot. But before I get there... Oh, yeah, here's the... Oh my gosh! That was a lot of health. See, these blue Garayas... Alright, just in case I need it, I'm queuing that up. This is such a get-good movement. Yeah. I don't care, I'm just using it. What I always found funny about that is you get the magic boomerang from them, which, by the way, can go the entire screen length, not just, a couple of squares in front of you. But all they're using is regular boomerangs. So where did that magic boomerang come from? Were they saving it for a rainy day? Yeah, we can't use this yet, but if Mario comes through, we're breaking out the magic one. Link, we don't have to worry about that. Okay. Treasure acquired. See, these guys use a magic boomerang. Why are the blue Garayas, which are tougher? Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense at all, I tell ya. Oh, and of course the random one guy. If you kill him, all the monsters die. Boy, this looks like it should be. Oh, I guess I cleared it already. I was gonna say, lack of monsters makes me think Wall Masters. This tune is another banger. Don't recall off the top of my head what the snakes are called. I guess there was nothing in here. Oh. Damn me for a fool. I have 8 bombs. That should be enough for 1 Dodongo. It's when you get triple Dodongos that you have to carefully watch out for. And I got the treasure, so we can really just head straight for Dodongo. Oh, I guess I shouldn't pull my bombs out till I get there. Oh, Moldogas. Molduga? Maybe that's not the real name. Maybe that's I'm conflating 2 incorrect things with the Breath of the Wild Moldugas. But I'm pretty sure that's what the one in A Link to the Past is called too, and that's supposed to be the same thing. Or that's called Molduga. I'm 90% sure. So, by the way, these guys, only if they line up on the exact same plane as you do they rush you. So there you go. That answers my question from earlier. There are bad guys that will come right at you, but only if they happen to line themselves up correctly. You notice the game slows down here a bit. This is purposeful for Nintendo, for the original Nintendo. I guess the disc system technically, but the disc just added that was just rewritable ROM media, not an actual increase in processing. Those came in cartridges and they were later. So here we go. Dodongo, he dislikes smoke is what I hear. What I hear tells the hot tea. Oh, I missed. You gotta line it up perfectly with him. It's a little bit annoying. There we go. Ooh! Oops. I guess that stuns him if you do that. Ah! Come eat my bomb. Oh! Total pushover. What a cream puff. Let's pick up that next Triforce shard. I love the music so much. Koji Kondo is a genius. Or is this Tezuka? I could be wrong about that. Takuza. Is it Takuza? Okay, I'll just stop talking now. Now we should have enough hearts, I believe, to go get the magic sword. And if I'm wrong, we'll just head over there that way anyway and pick up the power bracelet. There, you see that effect on the top there? I think that's a Switch emulation issue. It's gonna be funny when I play this back to watch the video before I post it and that is just not there at all and I sound like a crazy woman. Oh, I was going to point out that there are some minor adjustments to the text in the attract mode, which I think does indicate that this is... It's probably not the... it's not the actual GBA NES Classic version, but it's certainly one where they've cleaned up a lot of that. So whether it's a modified version of that ROM, or a modified version of the original... Zelda no Densetsu ROM that they used and retranslated or at least corrected the spelling, or if it's an entirely different one, maybe oh, you know what, it's probably the Virtual Console one. I believe that's where that is a specific ROM that they made. The way you can tell, by the way, there's a couple things misspelled, but the thing that jumps out the most is Ganon is spelled with one N. They standardize that spelling for the Game Boy NES Classic cartridge, Game Boy Advance NES Classic cartridge. So if you see two N's, it's the original US version. You'll notice we're in the Lost Woods here. You will get lost and only be able to go right unless you follow a specific pattern. And that pattern, as every kid my age knows that was rammed into our heads, is northwest, southwest. Alright, we're in the graveyard here, where all the freaks come out at night, or so I'm told. I believe it's the middle row, third from the right. It might be second from the right. Nope. It was third. So this is the Master Sword. It's only because it said Master on screen. Nope, I'm too early. That's the Magic Sword. Ghosts take a ton of hits. I'm not bothering to kill the ghosts. The Magic Sword requires a certain number of hearts before you can pick it up, and or a certain number of heart containers, I should say. And I still have too few. But while I'm here, one of the Armos Knights on these hills hides something that we need. Is it this one? I think it is. Nope, I'm wrong. Next one over. No, I'm wrong. It was the top right. That's the power bracelet. It gives us super strength and lets us push certain boulders out of the way. And those boulders are such as the ones on the left there. And what happens when we push those boulders out of the way? This is the game's version of fast travel. Shortcuts, warp zones, however you want to call them. There's 3 possible options to go. Because it's, you're in one shortcut zone. And it will shoot you over to one of the other 3. I do not have which ones correlate for each location memorized, so there may be a little bit of popping in and popping back out. I think we can tackle level 3 as we are. I've still got 1 heart fill. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Let's See, I pulled back at the last second there, thank gosh. Did I really just say thank gosh? I'm trying not to swear, but that's causing different synapses in my anti-brain firing that's it's every type of language pullback that I do with my niece and nephew. I was like these guys. Remind me of an episode of Monchichi. Okay, Dark Nuts. These are the most irritating monsters in the game because they're heavily shielded and you can only hit them from the top of their head or behind or the side. But it also depends on which way they're facing. So you can't hit them head on, I guess, or on their heading, or whatever you want to call it. So beams are helpful here. Also, honestly, these are ones where in the past I've just given up and just thrown bombs, and you see they even give you bombs. I believe Dig Dogger is the boss in this level, and we get the recorder. Ugh. See what I mean? Items... Blocks in the middle of the room are helpful because they have to walk a certain way around them. They can't just randomly turn. So usually kind of catching them, see he's got to come up around that there. So usually catching them kind of halfway on the line here since we don't have to stand. They have to move block by block. Block by block. Oh, irritating. Square by square probably is the better way of saying it. So I'm going to tag him right there. Ugh. And now I get bored. I get fed up and drop the bomb. See, that did nothing. I don't know why I did that. So bombs can actually blast through their armor and do one hit, but if it catches them on the side, I believe it does enough hits to kill them. This is not going very well. I'm out of bombs. It bounced me back to the boomerang. That's fine. Yeah, now I've got full bombs. So I couldn't have stepped on these stairs until I killed all those guys, which is why I didn't just... Oh, the raft. Okay. Which makes sense, because given level 4. Bubbles, when you touch them, they temporarily disable your sword. Never quite understood what bubbles are supposed to be. I think there's kind of supposed to be like those flaming skulls, or those skulls in A Link to the Past that sort of have the pink things floating around, and then they drain your magic, except if you hit them with magic powder, they turn into fairies. There we go. Got more bombs than I can carry. I can only carry 8. Later in the game, I can upgrade that. This is another Dungeon Master. Wall Master? Am I wrong? Huh. I suppose I'm not wrong. I will be very mad if they come out of the walls of me. That's why I hated them as a kid. Because they just come and grab you, and it's so shocking. So it's a mandala. You can hear, because it's the next room to the right, you can hear the boss monster screaming. Or roaring, whatever. I think it's only rupees up here, but I do need the rupees, so I'm going to try and go for this. Why did I do that? And of course, the time stop does not affect the pincer deals. I don't remember what those are called. I suppose I should have paid attention in the attract mode. Yes. Okay. I don't think this works. So this was a dead end. Well, I'm dumb. Yeah, once again, I got it. Stop asking. Oh, you nosy little... Why are the, like, sage guys or whatever those are called hanging out in dungeons anyway? Oh, we gotta fight a Gleeok, don't we? Just because I don't want to blow a lot of health. Which apparently I'm going to do anyway. Why don't you come over here, Sonny? Trying to be agile with that thumb. It's coming back a little bit. Not that it was ever great to start with, but it certainly has gotten worse as I'm now in my 40s. Okay. Come down here. There we go. I swear, if this next room is also Dark Nuts. Okay. Irritating because of the bubbles, but not... See, I can't use my sword, but I can use the boomerang, and then eventually I can use the sword. That's a little bit of a let you off the hook move. I noticed the boomerang can't pick up those spawned rupees like that. Okay. Let's go... Oh, okay. It was one of these guys. Manhandla. Now, these are also good for bombs. Nope. How about this one? Ah! Whoa! Boy, I wish we could have fairies in bottles like in other games. You can only hit the mouth. Ah! Stop giving me my bombs. It really doesn't take that much. I just gotta connect. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would still guess it's 10. I doubt they would let me have the magic sword at 9. Well, as we pick up that Triforce shard, that's a great place to stop. Thank you for watching this episode of the original Legend of Zelda, and I will see you back for the next one.